Hey there, Rush fans. This is Mark Vanetti alongside you for your latest edition of Behind the Bench, presented by Assurance Solutions, where we ask your favorite Rush players questions you've submitted to us on our social media platforms. This week, it's another one-on-one edition of Behind the Bench, and joining us is Rush rookie forward Cody Ferrio. Cody, thanks so much for joining us this week. 9 games in the books in the playoffs, not only for the Rush this postseason, but for yourself personally as a professional. Walk us through the highs and lows of the last 9 games coming into the meat of the order, if you will, of this upcoming series.
Yeah, well, we're facing Allen, which is going to be a tough series, but I think we did a good job in our first series against Quad. It went to 7 games, and there were ups and downs throughout the series, of course, and I think we did a pretty good job staying even-keeled, and we were able to come out on top.
Well, like you mentioned, that Quad City series went the full distance of 7 games, and you had a big hand in that Game 7, probably one of the most epic finishes I've ever seen in a Game 7. Kind of walk us through how the entire game played out right up until that third period when the goals just started coming.
Well, like the rest of the series, it was a grind against Quad, and both teams were struggling to score, and it took till the third period. We got in on the forecheck, and Barchi made a nice play to the front of that, and we were able to beat the goalie. But I thought it was a tough game by both teams, and we just we grinded it out and got the goals when we needed them.
So Quad City ties the game up with 1 minute 32 seconds left. What's going through your mind when they ignite the goal lamp and even it up?
I think a lot of guys were thinking, all right, we're going to win this in overtime. But obviously we didn't need that, and we had a nice face-off play, and we got a lucky bounce. What
was going through your mind? You scored that game-winning goal, 63 seconds left in the game. I'm just assuming pandemonium inside your head?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I blacked out. I'm not sure what quite happened. It was pretty quick from when they scored when the game was over. It's kind of a blur, but it sure was exciting.
So then you guys go into Allen. Not even 44 hours later, you play Game 1 against the second-best team of the ECHL. You steal away home ice advantage. Walk us through from the moment Game 7 ended to getting on the bus to winning Game 1.
Well, it was quickly home, pack, and on the bus, so we didn't have much time to enjoy the Game 7 win, obviously. We traveled all day to Allen, and we got up, had pregame skate, and got ready to play that night. It was obviously a tough game, having traveled, but I thought we did a good job in that first game to get the win, which was much needed.
Well, we'll go ahead and take a quick commercial break, folks. We'll be back with your second half of Behind the Bench after a word from our sponsor.
My job at Assurant involves keeping our customers informed at a time when they need us the most. I care about doing a good job for my company, but mostly I care about the people I serve. I found the same spirit of caring in a lot of my coworkers at Assurant. In the communities where we operate, we get involved with outreach groups and local charities. The same teams that are so good at helping our customers are also hard at work helping out in our neighborhoods. I think if I had to tell somebody one thing about Assurant, I'd say we care.
And we're back with your second half of Behind the Bench, presented by Assurance Solutions. It's another one-on-one edition of this program with Rush rookie forward Cody Ferrio. Cody, we've been talking about this series with the Allen Americans, and as I mentioned at the top of the conversation, we now come to the meat of the order, if you will, of the series. 3 games in a row at home with a 1-1 series. What's your mindset coming into Game 3 this Thursday night?
We just need to win Game 3. We're not trying to look ahead in the series. It's 1 game at a time. We're, like we said in the locker room, if you win 3-2 or you lose 8-1, your record's still 1-1. So this game's really important, and we really need the win.
What are some similarities and differences that you noticed from the Quad City series in round 1 to the Allen series now in round 2?
Well, Allen's a very, very skilled team, and they like to play like that, and they like to handle the puck, so we need to limit their speed and their grade A chances. We know they're going to get some chances, of course, being the team they are, like you said, second in the ECHL, so we're going to have to do a good job and keep them to the outside.
We know that this rookie season has been so special for you personally and for this Rush club and for the fans that have enjoyed watching you play. Rewind the clock back to January. You're in the SPHL. You get a call up from Joe Ferris here in the ECHL to Rapid City. Did you think any of this, what you've personally accomplished and what this team has accomplished, was any possible at all?
Well, when I got here and I met the guys and saw the rink, and there's a lot of potential for this organization as seen in the past, of course. So it was exciting for me to move up, of course, and then when I was able to play with some good players, and we kind of got the ball rolling as a line, as a team, and everything kind of came together. I was just happy to be a part of it, obviously.
Obviously, you've had a lot of great moments since you've come to the organization. 3 games into your ECHL career, you have a hat trick. You had over 40 points coming in 38 games in a Rush uniform. What's your favorite moment about being with this Rush organization since you came?
Well, I think that Game 7 was probably the most exciting point so far. Like you said, scoring a hat trick is nice, but playoff wins and exciting wins, those are the ones you're going to remember for a while.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, Cody. Best of luck this week against the Allen Americans in round 2. Folks, that's been your latest edition of Behind the Bench, presented by Assurance Solutions. And don't forget to submit your questions for your favorite Rush players on our social media platforms.